Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. If this is your first time viewing, make sure you click the subscribe link somewhere here. I always want to do that, bro. They don't want to do it, just put it
Somewhere.
yeah. somewhere or like here. Anyways, man, we're back again for another episode. Like I said last time, the man them are still on pre-season, so it's us holding up the fort.
You know what I mean? Certain man taking too
Getting
long of a
busy.
break.
Certain man have gone on 2 holidays, you know. And then
Relax.
complaining about Man United, you know.
Oh, okay, Cam, I'll see the stories. See the Insta stories.
Oh man, but yeah, man, certain man are not here, but we're here. That's the most important thing. We're joined back by our own correspondent as well. After recently commissioned a piece for Copper 90 and Sky Sports, he's back with us, Mr. T Brown.
What's going on, bro? You good?
The bass is back. All good.
Man, as you guys may know, we are advocates of youth, or some of us are, and some of us.
Some.
And I think the power of youth within our establishment is shifting. Following the performance by England's under-21s, I feel like it's a necessity that we discuss the state of the youth, the state of the culture on youth, because I'm not impressed.
Okay.
I'm not impressed by what I witnessed. I'm not impressed by what happened. I think it's shambolic.
Facts.
But
That's true.
talk to me, bro. Did you catch any of it?
I watched the group games. I thought first game against
It
France.
only had group games.
I said I watched the group game.
It only had group games.
The first game against France completely outplayed. I thought anyway.
Who got outplayed?
England.
England got outplayed by France?
Yeah, I thought that.
I didn't think that, but go on.
And then I think the only game where they really sort of showed any life was the Croatia game, because Romania they had more shots, but Romania were just killer. I don't know what it was. They had Hadji Junior doing bits. He was absolutely
Puskas Junior.
yeah. So and then it was one of those where for me it highlighted there was a few players who I in particular was looking forward to seeing. James Maddison, one who I think everyone's been saying, why is he not in the England first team? He should be starting ahead of Dele Alli. Cam was one of those saying that as well.
Yeah, Cam.
But
Cam said
and
that
then, listen,
said a lot of that kind of stuff.
I'm just calling it how I see it. But he was one of those. Tamori, there was a few who I'd been hearing had big championship seasons this year, and if ever there was a time amongst your peers, Mason Mount, another one, yeah. Da Silva. Tammy Abraham I actually thought done well in the second game. But
let me reel off the names of like some of the key names. So you've got Dean Henderson, who's the goalkeeper. Da Silva is one of our Stoppage Time alumni.
Just got sold for $2 million.
Loves that one. Tamori, Wan-Bissaka. We'll get into that one.
50 million.
Boy.
Hamza Chowdhury, Phil Foden, Mason Mount, Sessegnon. Sessegnon.
Yes.
Damari Gray. I was going to say something.
Average guy.
Reece Nelson, Tammy Abraham, Dominic Solanke. Calvert-Lewin as well.
Dominic Solanke, who should be playing for Chelsea. Quotation.
Calvert-Lewin, shocking enough.
Where to start? Lost to Romania. Lost to France.
To individual errors in that game.
Lost to France.
Fam, they had made individual errors in every single
game. Yeah, it was such a recurring thing.
Every game.
No, not Romania.
No, Romania was a
France
loss.
lost. Croatia
was a draw.
They drew last
3-3.
Okay. Where to start here?
Wan-Bissaka. First game.
No, the thing is, we'll get to Wan-Bissaka. What I have an issue with is I had to sit down and I thought to myself, England under-21, see these guys all the time. And I realised something, and it just hit me.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, okay, cool. Let's put things into perspective, right? Lampard and all these guys were in the same age group, right? Lampard, before he left the Premier League, he was what? 30-something. Finished at City, went away.
Yeah.
Cool. Gerrard, the same. The people that we deem top players, cool. I sat down and I thought to myself, out of all the players I see now, realistically, and all the players that have come before and whatnot, there's someone like Barkley and whatnot, how many of these guys would be able to finish their careers at the top clubs in the Prem?
Not a lot of them still.
And then that's when I realised
some of them will stay there for the quota.
Yeah,
we need some EU players.
Definitely.
What I'm saying is
that's why they're there.
Ross Barkley was like the hottest prospect, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
He was big. Everton didn't work out. Got his move to Chelsea, right? He's playing at Chelsea now. He's 25,
24, but
24, 25.
Like that,
he won't be at Chelsea when he's 29. I don't see him going up higher than Chelsea. So it
Back
means
to
that you go
Everton or
to
something.
somewhere like an Everton or Newcastle. No offense to these teams, right? Cool.
He ain't going Newcastle if they get that money.
That true, but that for me highlights something, right? Because if it was under 21s, everyone would have said this guy's the future.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a lot of the names here, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I don't know what the future's going to be. I could probably say Phil Foden's going to finish at the top, you know. And
I would say he's the only one, to be honest. I think he's the only one for me out of that whole squad who I think is genuinely going to be a top level talent.
And that tells
I think the others.
If I'm being honest, that tells you everything you need to know. I'll give you another example. Sean Wright-Phillips, hottest thing since sliced bread. Manchester City, Chelsea.
His dad is Ian Wright. Like a bench player. He never ever established.
I don't think there was maybe a season at City before they had the money where
before they had peace.
Where he popped off. But other than that, I always thought he was never. And I thought that's what a lot of these players will become.
Elano was
honourable mention. Banged for like 6 months as well. I remember.
That was good though.
Elano and those guys laid the foundation for people like Stephen Ireland to become central attacking midfielders.
Horrible times.
But yeah, for me, that's like someone like Harvey Barnes, Leicester now. Is he gonna go on to become?
No,
I don't see.
And this is why
player. That's it.
I think the under 21 level and the Premier League can hoodwink a lot of people. Not to say that these guys are good footballers, but there's a difference between being a good footballer, being a standout professional, and being someone that's actually a top player. Give another example. James Milner, right? He's had a career where he's been at the Premier League for his most appearances, I believe, something like that. Something like ridiculous. That, After Liverpool this season, he'll probably get another extension and whatnot. Then he'll have to pay it down. His is because of his professionalism. You get what I'm saying? Some of these guys might fall into that bracket where.
But is that what you really want to be like renowned for?
No, but these guys, let's not sugarcoat it. These guys are supposed to be.
They're supposed to be the best of the best.
The best. We held them up as like, they're worth 50 mil, 60 mil. They're supposed to be ballers. I don't want to hear these. Be at a club because you're professional. Nah.
100%. Yeah, you got to show your talent. You got to show your skill.
I want them to be world class players. We're supposed to judge them as you're supposed to be world class players.
This is it. Like literally, all of the players that are here, Foden is one that stands out. You say, you know what, this guy's going to be a world beater. Everyone else, it's like, you know what, and it's so mad because it's like, you know what,
you're saying Wan-Bissaka.
He might have a good senior. Career.
What does that mean? What the hell does that mean?
That's what I'm saying. In general, like if you look at these names here, if I list up the names, you think about, you know what, they might have a good senior career. It's not like, this guy's gonna be a like tribulation.
I don't think there's any of those players who can come back to their actual teams and stake a claim in the first team.
In the top clubs, for people like Madison, they're doing it. At Leicester's and that. I'm talking about the top 6, the top clubs. They're subs, bro. These guys
like
are good
none of these have done anything to boost their.
Just let's give context to it. So England's potential 11, if they took all of the people that were eligible, quotation
that's
marks.
What as well. I thought there was a lot of players missing as well.
Rashford could have gone. Sancho could have gone. Dele Alli could have gone. Declan Rice could have gone. Trent, Gomez, Chilwell.
I don't want to hear that. No, I don't want to hear that because France could say
that
team looks
good on paper though. I can't lie.
100%. If France take just Mbappe, France
that looks good on paper.
100%.
If they just take Mbappe, they win the whole thing.
110%. But what we've just said,
when you put it like that,
just Mbappe on his ones.
That goes back to what.
And he's got about 2 more years he can be in under 21.
Exactly.
True.
But look at Mbappe. You can just look at Mbappe and say, you know what, this guy's the best thing in football. With the names we've mentioned here, Sancho is like, you know what, Sancho's going to do stuff in football. You can comfortably say that. You can speak more on Dele than I can. Trent, 100%.
Trent's going to be a baller.
Gomez,
he's a
I
baller.
think will be
good. I'll give Gomez
Dele Alli.
the peripheral of that.
Dele Alli, I'll give him it as well. The others.
Do you reckon Dele's here for the long run?
I think so.
I think Dele's going to be at Tottenham because I don't see Tottenham as going to ever win the title and stuff like that. So he's going to be knocking around at that level.
Yeah,
there's not
not a bad level.
That's not the. That's not
not bad level.
That's not touching 80 bags a week. That's good level.
That's not.
What?
That's a good level.
You saying you'll never hit triple figures?
Stay at that level, bro. Calm. I don't.
Hey, listen, Dele's an elite player, man.
This is the issue, man. We had a debate a while ago when we were saying that do we not rate other countries' players because we don't get exposed to them?
Yeah, 100%.
Look at was it the under-20s World Cup that Ukraine won?
Yeah,
and they demolished everyone. Romania out here.
But start of the tournament, no one would have said that.
Romania out here giving slaps to England, giving.
What are Romania players worth? Because the way they slapped England about, they must be worth 100 mil.
Nah.
If Wan-Bissaka and them man are worth 50 mil, what are these man worth?
Couple of 100K.
That's what I'm saying.
100.
There's realism when it comes to other countries, but English players, they're worth the world, bro. They have half a good season, new deal. They're talking about 100K a week. They're talking about being
Rashford
worth
just got
50
200K.
plus.
We'll go on that later, but Rashford just
Yeah,
got 200K
like
contract.
it's ridiculous. When it comes to English players, there's this myth around fans and that our players are elite, that other countries are not producing their own young players. We go on like we're the only ones that got young players. Everyone else has just got senior pros. That's
that's true. That's facts. No, that's facts.
It's true.
And the thing is, I blame the Premier League for that though, because it's the biggest and most advertised league or whatever.
People think
because you play well for 6 months in a mid-table team, which requires you to turn up 1 in every 3 games, you're now, after 6 months of that, you're worth 40, 50 mil. Like, you ask anyone what is Maddison worth before this tournament, they would have told you easily Leicester have to sell him for 50 mil minimum.
I
What?
agree with that.
What?
Like
Zidane was bought for 55, my brother.
Yeah,
you want to talk to me about Maddison,
and
they'll tell you inflation.
Zidane's 55.
I tell you the market.
It's 250 now, to be honest.
Yeah, I won't lie to you. Still,
it happens with championship players as well. That's the worrying part.
It's like English players, bro.
It's just English players in general.
You just said that, but with championship players, Southampton just bought.
But like the thing is, with those championship players, though, what I'll say is,
Chi Adams, they've bought him for 20 million.
Yeah,
I believe.
Fam, these guys are. They're 8 mil players, bro. That's
at
being generous.
At best.
That's being generous.
But you see these guys like Mount and Tammy Abraham, even after their championship seasons, no one will say they're worth 40 or 50 mil. What we'll say is, they still need to do it in the Premier League. Yeah. But these other ones who've already played in the Prem, those are the ones I'm not having
some people
it.
Are saying that Mount that should be starting at Chelsea.
Get out of here.
Because you had a good championship
a squad
season.
player at best. Best.
It's ridiculous.
But T Brown, I recall an episode where you said that Barkley should be out and Mount should come in.
Yeah, I did. Do you know why? Because Barkley is just so unlevels. The guys. But that's what I'm saying. That's how far back the Chelsea squad is. That Jesus like this are in the squad.
Yeah.
Back in the days, they wouldn't even touch squad.
Nah.
Barkley, big man thing. He's 24. He's 25 next year. How can we still call this guy a young player? How can you be classed as a young? Walcott's still classed as a youth player.
Didn't Cam call him the Scouse Isco?
Potential.
Walcott's Peter Pan, bro. Just
he's hoping potential. I'm still waiting for him to fulfill this potential.
And that's the thing. A lot now. What you'll be told about these young players is, give it time. They've got potential. They've got potential. It's like, how long do you need for potential? For me, when you, especially at these tournaments here, when you're playing amongst your peers,
I think there's two things. It's someone like Mbappe, right, is still deemed as a young player. However, for me, how many seasons has he played at the top level now?
Since 18.
2.5, 3.
2.5.
Yeah.
So you've been playing senior men's football at top level for 2.5 years. You are an established
But he's still a young
team.
player, though.
He's still young.
He's still got a lot of improvement. He's raw. Like,
100%.
Even when you watch Mbappe, he makes
when his level is that at that age.
I'm happy that you mentioned that, because the thing is with him, right, you're playing for 2.5 years, and it's like, okay, we can still see that you've got potential to go and be better.
Yeah.
You can't say someone's got potential just because they're young.
Yeah.
That's what I find that happens a lot. Yeah.
It's potential based on what you've shown. Like, for instance, you can't say Barkley's got potential because he's 24.
Yeah.
It's potential because based on the level that he's playing at, I can see that he can go on to do more.
No,
the thing is,
Barkley's been the same since he was 19.
Dribble, blind alley, use the ball.
Let me tell you when I gave up on the potential thing on Barkley. When he was coming, right, and I'm going to give him the number 8, and I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe, just maybe. Maybe this can inspire him, you know? Maybe he can look at the people that have won this number 8 for Chelsea and be like, you know what? I can change my game.
Look how United treat their number 7. It's the same.
I ain't going to lie.
People don't respect numbers nowadays.
I was happy to see Barkley get the number 8 shirt.
He was happy.
As a Fulham fan, bro, I'm happy. Ecstatic.
I swear you was a
Wait, hold on. Brighton, when at Brighton last week?
Guys, just keep up. I'm a Fulham.
It all depends on where you're staying for the weekend. I said keep up.
I see you guys, the Fulham stripes. You got the Fulham stripes on.
Oh, shit.
Wow, this is Juventus still.
I'm telling you guys, man. Barkley's whack.
So what's the final verdict on youth, or before youth against youth? What are you saying?
I was never high on these young British players anyway. For me, I always thought Phil Foden was the only one that actually could do anything.
To chime in one more time, right?
But
people are saying potential. Yeah. So what about is it Ryan Brewster?
Ryan Brewster, yeah.
He was one I think should have gone as well.
No, but what about his cohort and his
colleagues injured that are younger? By the way.
He's what?
He's been injured a lot.
He's been injured.
Yeah, he's been out the whole season.
What about his age group? Because his age group isn't this age group.
I don't want to hear about kids.
No.
This
is what I'm saying, though. People are going to start saying what was said about these guys will be said about those guys.
But it's England. We're never going to change. We've been doing this stuff since the early 90s, bro.
Bro, the thing is, People
won't lie,
make
they were saying that
excuses
Joe
for this
Cole had
lot, but
potential at 25 still.
But Joe, no, but Joe Cole was actually good at 25.
And that's the difference.
No, but
You
these
can
guys are not
see what
good.
he's going to good. But these guys, I'm not.
If you're playing in the Champions League, yeah, and you're badding it up, yeah, you're good. Like, that's the thing. I don't want to hear you're good when you're playing against Southampton and your team is already 2-0
No, but Southampton produced good youth players.
No, but you know what I'm talking about. You're playing at home against some of these bang average
The fans
teams.
are cheering. You score a tap in.
You score,
And it's
or
like, he's got the
you
best
might
goal.
have an assist. You might have a good cameo, 20 minutes, and start talking about 100k. I don't want to hear about that.
Nah.
I want to hear about it in semi-finals, Champions League. I want to hear it against the big teams. That's what I want to see.
Now,
Until Maddison does that, I'm not rating this guy.
Do you think Wan-Bissaka is going to be one of them?
Wan-Bissaka, I'm not gonna lie, he had a good season last season.
I
but
thought
now
that as well.
it's time to see the levs. Like guys at Man United, because under 21s, he was looking rusty.
Bro,
His manager said he was distracted.
Cat out of
distracted
fish.
with what? Like other players ain't got transfer.
This is an
speculation.
issue, though. That's an issue for me. When you're at an international tournament, you can get distracted by.
He's not
talk.
distracted. It's an excuse.
If
Can I
that's
highlight
if that's
something?
what
It's
you're
an
gonna
excuse.
say,
Can I
bro,
highlight
that's
something?
you can't handle Man United then.
I think his manager was distracted as well.
Dude,
'Cause I can't lie, yeah.
or Bothroyd, whatever his name
These
is.
guys were terrible, but AD Boothroyd is a prime example of why English football can never progress.
The average.
This
coaches.
guy is probably
Very.
doing coaching sessions. You know the old school coaching sessions where it's like the warm up, we're gonna jog around the pitch twice.
Run to the
guy's a-
cone and back.
Open the gate
When you
while
pass
you're
the
running
cone,
down the field.
swap places.
Open the goal to the gate.
This guy, and then it'll be rondo 5 minutes, and then it's like, you know what, we're doing corners,
Yeah,
and then the train session.
shambles,
This guy's a dinosaur.
It was for
How
me.
do
I
you
didn't
have
understand the
your
team
best
selections.
player, your best player,
Yeah.
your best player? He says, you know what, yeah, I'm not gonna play him because you know, I want to rotate the squad a little bit. We don't need to. We don't need to win. And then go like, what?
But in his defense, you're not in the camp though. You don't know if Foden might have done something or people was moving the type of way and he said, you know what, like fuck this, like because at the same time they're still under 21. He's still growing them up as men.
Hey, T
so
Brown.
he's teaching them to be men.
It's about winning, though. At the
T-Brown.
end of the day,
Huh?
it's about
T-Brown,
winning.
I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
but at the
If
same
you
time,
go
if
into
it's
Like,
no,
if
T-Brown,
I'm telling
no,
you,
go.
if my best player has a bad
about
attitude, but I
learning
know
the
he's
no,
gonna
but T Brown, if you go into a
play
tournament
on the weekend, I know he's gonna ball out. I'm playing
But
him.
you're not teaching him.
No, but T Brown, if you're going to a tournament saying that, you know what, we're going here to win, we deserve to win, we are great,
We're one of the best
products
teams.
of the Premier League. We have. He said, I've got a mixture of, I think it was quote unquote, artists and soldiers. You're saying all of this stuff, and then you don't even know how to put them together.
But maybe he's teaching
That
them.
sounds so
maybe he's
fucking
teaching them what's
bullshit.
consequences
To what?
when
Teach
you
them how to
behave in a
lose.
certain type of way.
Teach them how to lose.
No, I'm not saying that's like
How
happened.
to drillings.
Yeah.
Do you know where Romania is?
No, but
Have you
come
been
on,
to
let's
Romania
have respect.
before?
Haji's a baller, fam.
No, but
That's
have
what
you been
I'm
to
saying. If
Romania
Haji was
before?
English,
Yeah.
70 mil price tag.
No,
Like,
100
He's
still.
a good footballer.
But
fam.
Nah, I agree.
have you been
He's
to
a very
Romania?
good footballer.
Yeah.
What's the cup? Was it Bucharest?
Style Bucharest.
Yeah, have you been to? Have you seen those places in Europa League? These are the people that
Hostile environments. So I'm telling you, I don't know what happened here, but I'm not trying to put. You know, I'm sick and tired of us
I'm not
bringing
putting
up
on the
managers'
manager. I'm not
names.
putting on the manager, but
'Cause
I'm
at the
saying
same time, players
ultimately.
have to step up. Why
No,
are we bringing up
100%.
managers' names?
Yeah.
But what we have to be honest about is, if we're saying that these players are not levels, right? Where are these players coming from? They're coming from the UK and whatnot. These academies, what's going on in these academies? Let's be realistic. It's like our good friend brought up the point that in France they've got actual decent academies. That's why you can get players that are from League 2, but the
There's
Techers
Farmers
level
League, but
is
they dominate
different.
every age group.
different. Techers level is different.
Farmers League though.
Listen,
But the
man.
league
Farmers
compared
League
to
that are
the
producing-
national team is different.
Farmers League that are producing top quality players.
They produce players. They don't keep them.
But what?
It's the Farmers League because they don't keep
Then
them.
our
It's
youth
no,
leagues
I,
are
They
I
don't
have,
keep them.
I have you
Our
know,
youth leagues are Farmers Leagues.
I have you know that it's not
You
the
can say
Farmers
that.
League.
producing
It's the
some
Uber Eats
farmer
League.
under youth
Bro,
players.
that is true. Yes.
What,
Nah, that's true.
Bruv, Solanke,
Some
he's the most
substandard
overrated
players, yeah.
guy.
Wait, hold on. You
Ever.
man, what happened to Jerome Sinclair?
Who?
You know the guy that went from Watford to
Who?
Liverpool? And then the guy that went from Watford to Liverpool, and then he said to Watford that I deserve to be playing for a top team. He went to Liverpool and then didn't play no
Well,
games.
that's what happened. He probably got 20 bags a week.
Got gas.
He got a new.
Well, I
whip.
went to Love
He's
Island.
Yeah, short guys,
Hold on,
bro.
before we go, wait, I want to touch this. Why are footballers
Going to Love Island.
and professionals
Yo, that's mad.
going on?
What club
to-
is it? Lincoln.
Going
No,
on to
Pool
soaps.
FC or something.
Pool
like
FC. I was like, yo,
Why?
my
No,
attacking
there's
mids
one guy-
didn't report for training.
No,
I'm
but
like,
that
I
one-
see him on Love Island.
That
I'm
one
like,
is
what?
that one's cool, but this one there's again a youth prospect.
That's
This guy
nuts.
apparently was on FM from these. I don't watch these shows. These are my reports. The
Yeah,
streets.
yeah,
This is what the
yeah,
streets
yeah,
said. This guy was on FM streets.
That's what they all say.
People are telling me he was on FM. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
scholarship. This is that. A man's reporting to. They want to do.
He's reported to ITV.
Man doesn't want to do no
no
Cooper run, no
Done out
10K, no bleep
just for the
test.
summer, and then what?
He's an idiot, man.
Done out here.
For cheeks.
I would never pick Love Island over football.
No.
That's mad. You've got potential to make it as a professional footballer. You're picking Love Island.
Fam, you need to get your
Guys
life
want to
in
be
order, man.
influencers instead of being footballers. Fucking hell.
Like, imagine
Listen,
how
the game's gone to shit. That's all I can say, man. That's all I can say on that. But
it's this new generation.
under 21s is not the only tournament going at the moment. I think we need to have a discussion on women's football.
I need to hear about the Women's World Cup, bro.
I'll leave you lot to it.
Fuad, what do you say for the Women's World Cup?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I want your take, bro.
I'll be very,
have
very
you
real
watched
with you.
any
lot.
games?
I have not watched a
You're a
single
dinosaur,
minute.
man.
Why?
No, tell a lie. Actually, I did watch the France-Nigeria one, and then I saw the worst diving and play acting.
So there's not diving in the
And
men's game.
I'm just saying what I saw. I saw the worst diving and play acting, and then I was just like, nah, you know,
I've seen play acting.
I was like, what's the old saying? My mum said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So.
Okay, but why?
No,
what?
Maze, asking just a better question. How have you got an opinion on something
saying
that
you
you don't
haven't
watch?
This is what I'm saying. I don't have an
You
opinion.
do have an opinion.
What's my opinion?
You just said if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at
Yeah,
all.
so your
Absolutely.
opinion
So
is
I
nothing
don't have
nice.
anything nice or productive to say because
but
I
why
never
do you
watched
have-
it.
but why do
So
you
how
have-
can I
but
comment
why
on
do you
something
have
I haven't
negative?
watched?
No, but why is it gotta be negative then?
Yeah, why is it
What do
negative?
you mean
Why don't you have
Why do
anything
You
nice
said
to
it's
say?
negative. I just said
You
it's
just
not
said-
nice.
You said nothing nice to say.
Yes, because
Verbatim,
I
that's what
have
you said.
not watched it. So am
why-
I supposed to say nice things about something I haven't watched?
Why have you not watched it?
But are you supposed to say negative things about something you
You're
haven't
a
watched?
football man, so why are you not watching it?
Have you watched AFCON?
You've been busy doing
Small,
what?
small,
You
yeah,
watched
yeah.
AFCON?
Yeah, small.
Do you watch Copper?
Because that's
I've
later
watched
in the
Copper.
night,
Do
innit?
you watch Copper?
That's
What you
later in
mean
the
later
night,
in the
innit?
night?
Copper.
That's later
Then
in the
yes
night.
or no
That's
answers.
work is done. Yeah. Of
You
course
watched
I've been
it, so
watching.
why are you not
I watched
sleeping
small,
on the
not
women's
all of
team?
it. Small,
So what have
small.
you made of AFCON?
AFCON's been alright.
Are you being serious?
Yeah,
What
I
have
told
you
you I
made
ain't watched too much
What
of
have you
it.
made of Copper?
That's been good. That's been really good, actually.
Okay,
Quite
so
enjoyed that.
what games have you watched in AFCON?
All of them, pretty much.
So why are you not watching women?
So wait, so
Not
you've
all of
watched-
them,
so
most of them.
You said that AFCON's been alright.
And some of the
Yeah.
standard in AFCON's
The thing is, the standard is not great in
how
AFCON. That's
can
what it
you-
is.
So why are you
So
not
I'm
watching
kind of
women's
watching it
games?
as
Girls'
background
game. Why
noise
can't you do that for
in
the
my room.
girls' game? You're not right, bro.
Listen, man, listen.
All I'm gonna say is
I'll let you look. Take the
Oh,
floor.
No,
I'm
but
saying
why
is-
can't you watch the girls' game? I just don't get
I
it.
just not watch the girls' game.
Alright,
I just
cool.
don't think
Will
the
you-
quality
will
is
you
as
wa-
high
will-
as I
will you
think
watch-
it
Will you
is.
watch the semis?
I probably will. Now that it's in the later rounds, but when it's the group stages, I'm just like,
Okay,
You
so
can
when
say
it's
that about
it's
the
like-
men's
when it's the
World
normal
let
World
me-
Cup.
Men's World Cup, some of the
real
teams
talk.
are
Do
whack, fam.
I watch lower level football? No. Do I watch poorer standard of football? No. So in my
But you just watch
maybe
AFCON.
it's wrong of me, but in my head I was like, I'm not gonna watch it because
So why did you watch-
the previous standard I've seen of the women's game, I've not been impressed with.
And when-
So therefore, I'm
when
like,
was previous?
I'm not gonna
When was
suffer.
previous,
When was
yeah.
previous?
I'm not gonna suffer.
When was
the
previous?
Champions League with the Women's Champions League?
What, the most recent one?
The one that was just like over in like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
because
what is
one
this?
team was
Before
really
the men's
good.
game. I've
One-
seen that.
one
I've seen
team-
Barcelona do that to
One
people.
team
Yeah.
couldn't. You lot saw the video I sent to the group chat as well. That was funny.
but
and it's
that-
like
but man,
that's
I
the
could-
standard.
I could say that. I could send clips like that about men's football.
I know.
Listen, have you
But-
seen Ross? You saw.
Why am I being killed for not watching the women's game?
Eric Dyer.
Like,
Eric Dyer
Do I
plays for
have to
Spurs.
by force?
You know
Eric
what,
Dyer
Maze?
plays for Spurs.
Maze,
That's good.
Maze, I can
I'm
give an
happy.
example for his club. Do you remember that back pass Trippier gave when Chelsea beat
Yeah.
Spurs 2-0?
And I killed
Imagine
him.
if you started
And
sending
I
people
killed
stuff
him.
like that, saying, "Oh, look at the men's game." You say the same thing.
The men's game has trash in it as well. I'm telling you, for me, it's not a gender thing. It's a quality thing. It's the same reason why I don't watch League 1, League 2, French League 2, why I don't watch South American League, why I don't watch Belgian League. It's the same reason why I don't watch the women's game. I don't think the quality is as high.
Okay,
when I
so
watch
I've got a
anything, whether it be
I've got a
UFC,
question.
boxing, I like to see the creme de la creme.
I've got a question.
I like to see the top of the
I've got-
best of the best.
I've got a very good
Go on.
question. So how comes you told me about young players that are doing well in French League 2?
And he tells me about the ones that are doing good in the.
How do you
First of
know
all,
about these
Dutch
fraudulent
League, I've got
guys?
a vested interest because I'm Dutch.
No, but how
yeah?
are you watching these guys if you don't watch like the quality of football?
Because I watch news, football news, and they appear in my news. So I'm like, you know what? I can't
So
have
you're
an
the same name
opinion
brands?
on young
the same
brothers.
name brands?
So let me watch the games.
Man's
so I
doing
do my homework.
Sky Sources.
See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got to do my
Garmesh told
homework.
him who to watch out for.
Sky Sources.
You lot are trying to peer pressure me into watching the women's game. That's not
it.
like this is what I feel like is with the women's game as well. It's being shoved down everyone's throat. Let me come to it and see that it's good. You don't have to tell me Why aren't you watching it? It's the same with the advertising. Everyone making it seem like we have to watch the women's game. Show me why I should watch it. Show me why.
The men's World Cup, right?
I'll be honest with you.
Because it's good.
So were England good at the World Cup?
They were.
England
Were good at the World Cup.
3 games.
Last summer weren't lit.
No,
England
Last summer weren't lit.
No, the question
England
was,
lost
were
three
England good at the
Oh
World Cup?
boy, England last summer.
Were England good at the World Cup?
Better in
you
their
gotta make me
tournament
sweat.
than the men.
No,
have
I'm
done
asking
in
a
their
question.
tournament.
hot
No,
day.
general, were England good at the World Cup?
You think England men?
Wait. England men's performances, were they good at the World Cup?
England ladies' performance
Wait,
been
listen.
better.
Oh, are you, what are we
What?
talking? Men or ladies?
England ladies
Were
been
I
better
haven't
than the
watched
men's.
ladies.
Were England men good at the World Cup last year? Were they good?
They got to a semi-final, so I gotta say they're good.
England ladies are at semi-finals.
Listen, you know the
Then they probably done good, but I don't know because I
They've
have
done
not
better.
watched it.
They've not lost the game.
in the Bible, yeah.
Well done, girl.
God, God asked Adam, where are you? Yeah? And Adam said, I'm naked, bruv. Answer my question, bruv. Were England good at the World Cup?
Yes!
They weren't.
Yeah.
England weren't good
They
at the
weren't.
World Cup. Every
They
good
got
team
results.
they
Don't
played,
get me
they
wrong.
lost.
Don't get me wrong.
Every
Don't get me
good
wrong.
team they
Listen,
played,
the
they
way
lost.
I saw it was
Don't
Harry
get me
Kane
wrong,
was
they
top
got
goal
results.
scorer.
They
They
got
got to the
results.
semi-final.
Don't get me wrong.
Ellen
I was
White's
happy.
been doing
Don't
more
get me wrong.
things
They
in
got
her
results.
tournament.
They got results. They got results. But
That's
they
what
weren't-
matters in
They
weren't
didn't
good,
set the
man.
world alight.
They
Cool.
weren't good.
If we're being honest, the England women have been better than the England men have.
Facts.
Were.
100%.
My thing is, yeah.
Why, now, that's my issue straight away. Why do we, every time we compliment the women's game, have to compare it to the
No,
men?
but
Because
this is
that's
what I'm
what guys
about to-
like.
It's
this
its
is
own
Wait, I'm
coming,
standalone
guys like
product.
you.
I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming.
It's like when
Before-
when the World Cup top
I'm
goal scorer thing they tried to
coming.
do. They tried to disrespect Klose and Ronaldo and try to say,
coming.
whole time top scorer.
Marta is.
Stop it!
She's the top scorer.
No!
She is.
Yeah.
She's the top scorer.
Yeah. Cool.
is.
Anyway, so Tony Duggan, if you don't know who she is, she plays.
The blondie, innit?
Plays for Barca.
Yeah. Seen her.
Basically, before the tournament, she said she wants the football to be judged exactly the same way the men's football is judged. And she said that in Spain, the reason why their levels are so good is because it's not that, okay, it's the women's game and whatnot. It's football, rather. If you played good, you played good. If you played rubbish, you played rubbish. And I respected that she came out and said that.
Yeah.
Because if I'm being honest, England's performances have been better than what I thought the men's were. But still, the group stages, it didn't set the world alight. It was okay, you did what you need to do. The last game,
Knockout stage has been good, man.
knockout stages have been
dope.
very good.
Yeah,
What's
the
been
girls-
good?
The girls have
Very
been
good.
dope.
They've been very
What's
good.
been good?
The
Tell me
just
the
the
highlights.
standard of the
Just
game
way-
is actually good.
The way they've played, they were playing a team where they had injury doubts and whatnot. They're playing a team which has been galvanized because Ballon d'Or winner's not there.
Yeah,
The team are
Norway.
actually playing better.
Norway, innit?
Yeah. They
Pops them.
swept them, bro.
Pops them.
They
Pops
got
them.
swept.
Popped them.
England ladies are on
Popped.
smoke, bro.
Who are they playing in the semis now?
They've got
They're playing
a
America.
very, very
Yeah.
juicy tie against America.
That's gonna be a mad thing.
And again, a reason why I appreciate. Listen, there's 4 individuals on 5 goals.
Yeah.
4 individuals on 5 goals. I think in the whole tournament, there has been how many goals been in the whole tournament? Been quite a few.
I ain't gonna lie. The standard of the
137 goals.
The thing is, yeah, go on.
But even the Netherlands game that took part, you sent the clip in.
Yeah.
Like
That first touch.
There is, and the thing is, right? I give this example all the time.
First
Back in the day, right? Remember when we used to talk about semi-pro and it's like, oh, it's just a bunch of fat lads kicking ball. It's not serious. But now you look at it and you think, okay, hold on. You're seeing semi-pro teams buy players for like a couple hundred thousands and whatnot. You're seeing people that had pro contracts come down. Quality always improves over time. And the thing is, I understand where some views towards the women's game come in, because what it was before, when Alex Scott was playing, was Alex Scott was sick, and then they were probably playing Birmingham, and Birmingham were worse.
Yeah.
Dead.
Now, I'll be honest, like the Thailand game,
Gap is closing, man.
the gap is
There's
closing.
a few
There
games
is-
here and
there's
there.
a
Let's talk
few-
about that Thailand game.
No, but you
There
can
is-
say that
there is
about
a
the
gap,
men's
but you can
game.
say about
You say
the
that
men's
about
game
the
Talk about
as
that
well.
Thailand game.
That was horrid.
You can say that about the men's
That was
game.
horrid. I felt sorry for them.
That was one
I
game I
felt
watched
sorry
as
for
well. That was funny.
I've
as well.
seen Germany beat Iraq in the World Cup like 8-2 or something.
They shouldn't beat it.
Remember, that's what I'm saying.
But that's
So
the same
they-
with
these
Thailand
happen as well.
It happens
in
at
the
that
men's
level.
game as well.
But again, we might have this conversation in 2 years, and you know what? With everything that happens, the women's game could be on fire. Some of people talking about, the goalkeepers, this, goalkeepers, that. Have you seen some of the saves?
But one thing I do agree with a lot of people when they do bring up the goalkeepers, though.
They're
Yeah.
I think the
5'5",
goals
bro.
are too big for the women. I think if they just made the goals like to the size of a woman, I think the game will be way better.
There is.
Keep everything the same, but the goal.
I'm yes and no to it.
in
I'm
relation
yes-
But then
to
when
I'm
you
yes and
change
no
the
to
goal size, they will well,
women
will say you're
yes
changing
no
our game.
No,
we're not equals now.
No, I'm yes and no to it.
Like Courtois and they're like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
A
yes
woman
and
that's 5'7"
like this.
can't be in the same goal as him. That's the only thing. That's
I'm
just common sense.
yes and no to it. Again, like the height. If someone's 5, it's like Barcelona used to have this goalkeeper. I've forgotten his name. It wasn't Pinto. It's the guy that came after Pinto. This guy.
Valdez?
No,
Valdez was a midget himself.
No. Valdez was short, but it was their second goalkeeper. I'm pretty sure he was 5'7".
Okay.
Never played a game.
The brother with
I've forgotten his
the
name.
one that had the thing under his eyes.
That was
forgotten
Pinto,
his
wasn't
name.
it?
No, this guy was a different guy, but he was short. He was tiny. He never played a game. You don't get short goalkeepers. It's just one of those things where, due to the nature of the position, it's like having a really short centre back. You don't really have it.
They're rare.
Rare.
Puyol was the only one I can remember.
But you don't get it's about women, like the size of women. I don't think that the goal should be the same size as a men's goal.
And
they're
the thing
just
is,
naturally smaller than us.
I understand that, and I understand it, but at the same time, it's kind of how if you kept the pitch the same size and reduced the size of the goal, it's like okay.
No, but it's the goal is got more legitimate to it because they're small. Like to get around the pitch, that's just athleticism. Like a woman and a man.
My thing is,
it's like a woman can run 100 meters. She doesn't have to run 60 meters. Like
no, 100%. I get you.
Meters. But the goal size is something that you can't change. Like if you're smaller than me, I can shuffle across quicker than you. Do you know what I mean? I'm 6 foot plus.
It's just that the amount of leap you need to have.
You're 5 foot.
Because the thing is,
get to the top corner.
The thing is, to be a goalkeeper, right?
To the top
to be a
corner.
goalkeeper,
when they try to do the penalties and they go,
yeah, you can't even.
I'm like, yo, come
and
on.
the thing is, with the rules as well, the rules are violated.
You can't even move off the line.
No, you can't be behind the. We're gonna get into it later.
Yeah,
But you
we're
can't
gonna
be
get-
behind
yeah.
the line. You have to be on the
On the
line.
line.
You can't jump up and down. So you have to react and.
Yeah, these women are like 5'6", but they're not going anywhere.
But as a whole, the quality of the women's game
Has been sick.
is improving rapidly.
Very sick.
In comparison to what,
rapidly.
In
Just
their game, we just
their
judge
game.
their
Oh,
game.
that world.
within the women's game.
Within
okay,
that
yeah.
world.
In their game.
And that comes with kind of commercialization. It comes with broadcasting. It comes with everything that most sports had before.
Nah, Mace, like one thing, I'll be honest with you.
It's
there's-
improving.
After this tournament, I'm not gonna act like I was an expert on the women's game. Just watching this tournament,
You are.
The thing is,
actually
I've got
seen-
clips
and the
every
thing is,
day.
I'm
Like,
I'll be honest.
check this.
I've
If this is
I've
Ronaldo, you would be saying
I've
this.
watched, and the thing is, that's why
I've watched
I've
and
always
I've
stood it.
been
I've always
interested.
watched women's football. I've always
I've never
watched
watched it.
I've always watched
and
it.
that's why.
Yeah, this is my thing. Yeah, is I've never watched it in my life. I've never wanted to watch it. It's never even been available on TV more times. This World Cup, all of a sudden, they have advertised the fucking shit out of it. They put it on every channel now, and it's one of those now. It's almost like no, I get it. Now they've done the right thing finally, but it's like after. Now and what?
No, but it's because
20
the
odd
timing
years,
is
yeah,
right,
of
because the quality
never
is
seen it,
good.
and now all of a sudden I'm expected to sit there and say,
Tell you what, put it this
Oh,
way.
this is
You know,
really
I'm
good.
not
I'm not saying.
Oh,
let me
this
say-
is
point,
top
yeah, let me make
level,
a point,
mate.
yeah, Let me make a
Nah.
point. Let me make a point. There's one thing I've been noticing that Mandem been doing, yeah, is even if the girls do something good, yeah, it gets diminished. Like, oh, but they're slow. Oh, but that player they done it against is shit. But like, if you see Germany, when Germany paps Brazil, yeah, in
No
that
one won't say
semi-final,
anything.
if that
No one
happened
say
in the girls' game, I see the game is shit. They won 5-1 in the semis. It's like you never look.
Let
at
me
it and
tell
think
you my
that
issue,
team
right?
just got quality.
Let me
They're
tell you what my issue. Right, this has been on my chest for a while. So
I haven't
happy,
seen it,
I'm
so
happy I'm happy I get to let this go. Right? You know what I have issues with? Right, there's people that will watch stuff. Yeah, they consume content, and then the rebuttal they have for things is just stupidity. You say football opinion, and they'll go, "Yeah, but you've never played at a decent level."
I guarantee there's gonna be someone in the comments that tells
Yeah.
me, "Yo, them girls play better than you, blood." Shut up.
That's the rebuttal. Or they'll watch
Bring it.
they'll
Any
watch-
one-on-one.
They'll
know
watch
that you
female
can't play
football, and then they'll watch women's football, and they'll go, "Yeah, but I can do that on a pitch."
Yeah.
Bro, you're not better than most of these women. I kid you not. You're not.
That's the
The
facts,
technical level that they're playing at, you're not.
Some of
They-
them are
these are professionals.
Now, some
Professionals.
Of them are really
Some of
good
them
players.
are just. Some certain men are telling me that I'm better than Alex Morgan, bruv.
You're not, man.
I can shield her off though.
Huh?
I'll shield her off.
But that's like saying, yeah, you're
Like, yo,
better
hold
than a
up.
female
Hold
freestyler.
up.
The man them out there will get smoked by female freestylers.
Do you hear what he said?
Bruv, he's drunk, bro. I'm not even paying attention to him. He's drunk, man. I'm telling you now, man them just don't
Listen,
want
nah.
to like the game. They just
I'm
don't
gonna
want
be
to
more
like
in
it.
tune to it. The thing is, are they now going to show the regular season on TV,
thing-
or
this
is
is
it just
the
a hype
thing.
thing where they show the
And
World
I'm
Cup
happy-
and now it's going
I'm
to
happy you
disappear
said
again
this. So
till the
back-
next World Cup?
Back to the point I wanted to make. In terms of if you want people to recognize something, it has to be out there.
It has to be
No
consistent.
banter, but this is me being real now. Cricket World Cup. Do you know why no one would ever get into it or watch it? It's not on terrestrial TV.
Let's be real.
It's not on terrestrial TV.
Oh, is it?
It's not on terrestrial TV.
I thought it was on Sky Sports.
It's
I've
on
never
Sky.
watched
You have to
cricket
pay.
channel.
You have to pay. Like, most people. Cricket
It's
is
actually
done. But if you wanted to expose people to that, how would you expose them to
I
that?
don't know if you can expose it to me. The games
so-
are like 4
No,
hours
but
long.
the thing is, that's how, but that's how people think about women's football. But the thing is, if it's there and you can watch it,
That's the thing, is I don't think it's ever been like actively.
In your
Like, I
face.
noticed they started doing the women's match of the day now thing on,
I
on
watch that
Sunday.
sometimes.
one of the things.
Stop lying, you ain't
I
watched that
do.
to the World
And then I
Cup.
watched that
a
show
young-
with the young millionaire guy, the West Ham
millionaire?
kid's son.
Oh,
He runs the women's team.
What,
I
the
watched
BBC
that show
documentary?
afterwards.
Okay.
Come on,
Tell you
bro.
what,
Okay.
they're doing a
I
young.
respect the women's game, bro.
They're
Yo,
flirting
you're
with-
invested, you know. I like that. I like
They're
that.
flirting with an idea that they've done in Spain and it worked successfully, where they'll do double bankers. So you might have, let's say, Man City versus West Ham, and then after that game you have the women's game. So it means that the audience is already there. They're flirting with the possibility of doing that.
Put it this way, I think if you're trying to boost the women's game, it's a good idea. But please, Sky Sports or whoever, do not think because you do that, because you get 4 million viewers on the United City one, you're going to get 4 million viewers on the women's. It might drop off. Just be ready
just
for
hope
that.
that the
But
women's
if that
game
does
grows.
happen, I think that will help the
The
women's
women's
game.
game's good. I don't want it to grow because for like
You don't want it to
propaganda.
grow?
For propaganda. I want it to grow because
It's good.
see,
It's got to be
and-
quality, yeah.
I
And
think
now is the
at
time.
the moment the quality is
The
high.
quality is good.
And I'm personally looking forward to the women's
keep the
Euros.
quality high,
I'm
that's
going to
it.
be looking forward to all
What, the
future
Olympics as
Put it
well?
this way, if
Everything. I'm gonna
if
watch
it's
everything
good,
now.
people will come.
So
That's
are you gonna-
100%.
It's good. Are you going to watch the semis?
I'm going to
Watch
watch
the
the
semis.
semis.
Let's go watch the semis.
If
Let's
the
go box
semis are
Let's
dead
go box
Go
box.
box
and the
box.
finals are
box
dead, nah.
T-Brown, come with
It's
us.
How
not
come
that kind of
still?
occasion.
How come?
Look, I'll watch it at home.
Nah,
If it's
man.
lit, if it's dead though, I'm next week.
Wait, hold on. But the Champions League final was dead.
It was.
But they don't have the same coverage for the men's game. They want to not like it. That's the thing. They want to not like it.
No.
They go
I'll
out
watch
their
it. I'll
way
watch it
not to like
objectively,
it.
neutrally. I'm not
We'll
invested in
see,
it,
bruv.
but I'm excited for it
Let's
anyway.
move
Man.
on,
We'll
mate,
see.
man. These
England.
guys, we
What is
can't
it? England,
convert these
USA, and then the
dinosaurs.
other one is.
Sweden and Holland.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a bangers.
How do you know? You don't even watch.
What do you mean?
Guy
I mean,
says
like,
it's gonna be a bangers. Move on, man. These propaganda guys, man.
Alright, boom. Where do you want to go first? Should we deal with this or deal with transfers?
you can deal with that.
Nah,
Alright,
still
cool.
the rules, man. Fuck these dead transfers.
that,
man.
See this year?
That's old.
You see this?
Old season.
You see this?
Gone.
You see what they're trying to do to the game?
Trash.
This game, I
They're
love.
trying to ruin it.
The game I love.
They're ruining it.
Listen, let me even get the rules that they're.
Oh my gosh.
The rule. Oh man.
Some
Word.
please.
The rules.
VAR's gonna cause like a riot, you know, one of these
VAR,
days.
no.
Bro,
VAR.
I
I saw
thought it
someone's
was a
big
good
toe
thing, but-
offside and
they
the goal
called
was
offside.
ruled off. Oh my days.
The rule changes is going to be immense. So
I mean,
basically,
there's
one of them, the one that annoyed me the most was basically now from a. Tell you what, I've got all of them here. I'll read them out. So first one, drop balls. No more drop balls next season. The team lost in possession before the play was stopped will regain possession, and it'll be up to them to decide whether they want the ball or not.
I think that one's actually
That
alright.
one's
I don't
okay
mind
because
that
it's
one.
like, you know what, you can
Because
do
there's
scum
times
behavior.
when teams cheat and dive, and then as soon as the ball's kicked out, my man jumps up. You're not getting the ball back for them ones.
Goal kicks. This one pissed me off. Defenders will be allowed to enter the 18-yard box and take possession of the ball.
But attacker's not allowed to close them down.
No.
As a centre
Nah,
back, I'll be
David
real with
Luiz,
you,
he's gonna
I like
love
that.
that.
I
still.
like that.
He knows that on a
As a
regular.
You know what
centre
this
back,
one?
I love
you know
that.
what this one smells? Because why else would they do something like this?
To play at the back.
Play out the back. They're promoting playing out the back. That's how I see that one.
And what happens when England played at the back?
Shambles, but I love that. I love Stones having egg on his face. The hell? You think I want England to succeed?
Handball.
Why? You're English, bro.
No, he's not English. He's Dutch.
Says who?
You live in England.
No,
bro.
my
He's
friend.
Dutch.
I live here. I claim your taxes and your benefits. I work. I pay taxes. Relax.
He don't work, man. He's on the dole. He's on the dole watching Spurs finish second and that. Drinking K-cider, bro. You think I don't
Hey,
Oh, man.
haram.
Handball. If a player unintentionally scores a goal with a part of their hand, then the goal will be ruled out.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
See, with this one though,
Intent will not be considered.
that's what I like. They've cleared it up in the sense of no matter what, if it hits the hand, they're gonna call it.
That's just
They've
dumb, man.
cleared it up. That's all I like. But it is fucking bullshit because
bullshit.
it
The game's good. We're
It is.
happy. Why are they changing things?
Real talk. We are happy.
Now we're
I am
happy.
not complaining. I am
VAR
fine.
is pissing me off.
And
I won't lie, the Luis Garcia thing still burns me, but I've moved on. I've moved on. I'm okay.
I'm happy. Goal line technology is the limit.
No, I wasn't
for
happy.
me.
Chelsea need to level up, but I'm content. I'm content with football. Pens. Next season, we'll see goalkeepers banned from standing behind the goal line. Do you know how mad that is?
You're putting yourself at
Wait, I'm not finished. They're not allowed to feign movement.
So you can't do
put
that.
off the penalty taker.
You can't do the wobbly
So
wobbly.
basically, a man has to stand
Stiff.
So you can't.
You know them games on your phone where it's like the penalty thing and
the
then
fallen egg.
Oh my word! So basically, if you get a pen,
Your goalkeeper's
gonna
fucked.
score,
You're gonna score basically.
unless you're dead.
Unless you've got mad leaping ability, basically, you're not gonna save it.
Gonna score.
Because they're basically not allowing any movement whatsoever. And I swear before it used to be coming off the line. I don't understand going back on the line.
Bro, do you see how many retakes in the women's
This is
game?
what happens when you've got too many squares
Listen,
working
VAR.
doing the rules for football.
VAR. Listen, the Luis Suarez crying thing is funny, but they disallowed 3 goals.
What?
Uruguay had 3 goals disallowed before it went to
Yeah, oh, yeah.
VAR's taking the
Bro,
piss.
VAR is...
Substitutions.
Someone's gonna get killed, you know, after VAR.
I'm telling you.
bro. You're gonna get killed.
What, T-Brown exclusive?
I'm putting it out there. I'm telling you, I hope it don't happen. Touch wood. But I'm telling you, someone's gonna get mad. Gonna go up to the head office, and
gonna catch
someone's
a body.
gonna catch it. They're ruining people, fam. City should have been in the Champions League final, but for VAR. VAR is calling big toe offside. That is ridiculous.
No, but VAR's getting it wrong. Remember the Harry Kane thing?
Nah.
No, I think it was right.
I don't.
No, it was
That
wrong.
was right.
It was wrong.
I think he was on.
He was way off. Against Chelsea.
He was on still.
No,
That's
no,
He wasn't. He
bruv.
was
He
off.
was on.
Do you see the
He
squiggy
was
line?
Nah,
That was Chelsea's fake camera, man.
We'll post it.
That was
it was Chelsea's fake camera.
That was you lot. That was you lot
Ground
trying
was
to
at Wembley.
finagle
What
it.
do you mean?
No.
Fam, so Chelsea don't have they don't have equipment back at their
Yeah, I
HQ. That they
Got
can't
a
do
little
their
blue
own
line.
thing. Man.
No.
Man said, add a few inches there, please.
Yeah, 100% Chelsea gassed that one, man. They did Photoshop, man.
Substitutions. Players who have been subbed can leave the field of play from any part of the pitch.
I
like that one.
to speed up the game still.
Stop the time wasting. Them man that do
Nah, but I'll
shaking
you
everyone's
can still
hand.
do that and get yellow. Calm. So that doesn't change anything. If your team's still winning and you're coming off at the end, you just hold the yellow.
I'm not coming up by the corner flag, so if you need to take a corner, fam, what do you mean? I'm
But
here,
people
bro.
been doing that, like at the end, if your team's losing, you just jump off quick, wherever you are. So that doesn't even change nothing.
Nah, ref always used to say, nah, go across.
Now I've
type
seen
of thing.
games where they've gone off and then the ref just plays.
I thought that was on
This one we knew about, but VAR to be used for next season. VAR reviews will only be used in game-changing scenarios such as goals and red cards.
And mistaken identity, all that nonsense.
Oh yeah, that thing was it Chamberlain and Gibbs?
Chamberlain and Gibbs.
Hey, listen, racism is
Light
rife.
skin
You know?
dogs.
Racism is rife.
But that's not racist, man. That's not
What?
racist,
Light skin,
bro.
light skin. They're
Couple
all the
Dons
same
look the
anyway.
same,
Chuck
Fam,
them all in.
one's big, one's slim, one has a different haircut. It's like, you know,
One looks like a
you're-
lollipop,
You're
the
the,
other
you're
one
the same.
Now they're all running around bare quick, fam. They look the same.
You can't.
Chamberlain,
That is
Gibbs,
true. At the time, they had bare little pasty light skin
confirm
dogs.
if the
bare
line
red
on-
bones
can't
just
go-
running around,
Hey,
fam.
mate, which black was it?
Shambles. Hey, you see, I think this one's a fucking disgrace, to be honest.
So no longer
disgrace?
will attacking players be able to join the defensive wall.
I saw that in the women's game. You know, they use the women's World Cup for bare trials.
Yeah.
I saw
I
them
don't like
doing
that.
it.
This
I
one,
don't like
this
that,
one
bro.
annoys me
It's
because
like-
of FIFA. Because on FIFA, I've got one glitch where you put the guy in the wall and then you just.
No, but like
no.
you can't. You basically have to give any player has to give a 1 meter space to the wall.
I don't understand
Dumb.
why they're
Why
changing
are you
all these
changing
rules.
that rule? That
There was
makes it
nothing wrong
harder
with
for keepers, which means there's more chance of a free kick going in. Guess what? Free kicks are wicked. They're actually technique. They're highly skilled. If you get one, well done, mate. Like, instead you're hating on it and trying to make it harder. Fuck you.
This one pissed me off. This one pissed me off. I felt this one personally. VAR celebrations. So players who excessively celebrate their goal next season,
Bro.
by removing them their shirt or jumping in the crowd will be booked as always. But if the goal is ruled out by VAR, the yellow card still applies. Are you
Tell
taking
me
the
how that
piss?
makes sense.
Make it make sense.
Please.
I'm lost.
The thing
So
is-
you can go and score a goal. If you go and take your shirt off, I'm gonna book you. If
But
the
if the
goal
goal doesn't
gets
stand,
disallowed,
you still get booked.
you still get booked. What?
Football's turning like NBA, man.
What?
do you know the issue I have with this, right? I don't understand how that rule came to place in the first place. Because me taking my top off because I scored a worldie does not put the game into dispute. at any stage.
I just hate
That's
that
a
players even
dispute.
get booked for celebrating. I think there should be a celebration of the year award. Like, we should
100%.
encourage celebrating.
No,
That
but
encourages
think-
scoring.
No, but think about it. Think about it, bruv. No, but think about it like this, right? Imagine, yeah. Imagine Champions League final, yeah. I've come on now. Let's say I'm playing for like one team. Let me say like Tottenham. I'm playing for
I
Tottenham.
knew
I've come on.
Unrealistic.
Ball on the half.
Unrealistic.
Ball on the half turn, yeah. I seen Van Dijk. I said, you know what? Yeah, I can't be bothered to go past him.
Yeah.
Taking it round him. I've whipped it. It's gone round his shoulder. Top bins. You think I'm not
It's all
backing
coming
off my
off.
whole clothes?
Everything.
How can you tell
It's
me not
all
to
coming
celebrate?
off.
Who are you
don't
to tell me
know.
not to celebrate?
And then VAR rules that off.
No, but
And then
no,
it's
but
like you
forget
still
about the
keep
VAR.
the
Who
booking.
are you to tell me that I cannot celebrate?
I feel like they just want to.
So wait,
for
hold
no
on.
reason
I've worked my whole life for this moment,
to enjoy.
and I can't
you're telling
celebrate.
me not
You want me?
enjoy.
You want me to do? Or what's that? What's that other show one? What's
That's
that?
it.
You want to do? Fam, I'm
No.
backing off my top. Fam, if I'm catching, I'm
mad.
doing
Like
fam people's
they're actually-
albums. Fam,
Like,
what?
it's meant to be the best moment
Of your life.
the game of your life, whatever. Like, and they're trying to dumb it down in a sense, bro. It's like I don't even want to change it, but in basketball when they give you text for like when you dunk too hard on something, it's like what?
But basketball's
How you?
stupid, man.
It's
That's
just
what football's
they're
done.
just fucking
I
up the
told you
game,
that
man.
Donny that runs football, bruv. Can't do kickball.
You can't even whip
You
corners.
seen
You
that
Oh,
guy?
can't even whip a
Fantino,
corner.
yo!
You can't even whip a corner.
He's wide at
can't
that.
even kick
No
it.
Can't
way.
whip a corner.
I need to post that video actually.
Listen,
That is absolutely
Whilst we've
mad.
got a
Go
little
on
bit of time
360
left,
TV, bro. It's there.
really quick one. Really quick one.
Quick
Transfers that have been I see what I mean. Transfers that have been confirmed. Let's go through them and rank them. Right,
Go
we'll
on.
start from the most expensive. So Hazard.
Come on.
What
Great.
are we ranking at?
Great
Out of
deal.
10.
10 out of 10.
9.
9.
Give it a 9.
How the fuck is that a 9?
It's a 9.
Fuck it, you're lost. All right.
For
That's
me,
your
that's a 10.
For me, that's a 10.
Frankie de Jong, Barcelona.
8.
I'm the same. Lucas Hernandez, Bayern Munich, 80 million euros.
6.
6.
You don't ever pay what? 80 million for
Jovic.
7.
6. One season at Frankfurt, don't
Yeah,
cut it for
6, 7. Yeah, you know what?
Wan-Bissaka.
Hey.
me. That's your inner half coming out.
No. Come, I rate him as African and that. I'm happy for the geezers.
What country from again?
Me?
T Brown, yeah.
Ghana.
I'll tap my people from Accra.
Black Stars,
My
yeah.
We're
Ghanaians.
doing our
Ghana
thing.
must
Ghanaian
go.
brothers.
Like, do you know what? All jokes aside, like from the ends, worked hard, converted from right back. Man's happy for him. I'm just saying he's not worth the P, but they got him. I'm actually genuinely happy
Yeah.
for him.
No, no.
I
I'd
would say that's a
7, 7.5.
6 or 7 because
7.5.
Young is dead.
Yeah. Like they need him more than he needs them in a sense. If that makes
Nah,
sense.
he needs them, bro. He needs
no,
that pay
he'll be-
rise.
I
bro.
reckon
he
he'll be
needs
good.
them, bro. A couple of seasons at Crystal Palace get underperforming, and he don't go nowhere
That is
because
true,
Zaha
actually,
begging
that
now,
is true.
begging now to go to Arsenal. He could have gone better
End up
clubs.
like Danny Simpson
before.
or something.
So
Yeah, end up like some dud baller.
Lo Celso signed for Betis.
But
Obviously,
just
they're
move
trying to
on,
ship
man.
him.
Huh?
He signed for obviously because remember.
Oh, he signed permanent for them after loan. Yeah.
Ship him. So if they manage to ship him for the 70 mil they're looking for,
I generally don't care.
Yeah, like it's not a question mark.
Julian Brandt.
No, good.
I'll give that an
Good.
8.
I'll give that
I
an 8
think
still.
good player,
footballer. He's
good
done
money
his
as
years
well.
of proving
Put
himself
his
that
work
he's
in.
good. Now he deserves a move, not 6 months and a move.
And the fee? 25 million.
25 million.
Wow.
No,
you
no,
can
no,
actually
9.
you can actually sign a
9.
player for a reasonable
That's
price.
9.
That's a 9 for them all.
That's a
Yeah.
9. That's a 9.
Furlan Mendy.
7. I'm going 7.
Now, do you know what? Because I
6.
like him. Because he's from the ends and that.
Everyone from the ends is getting a shout out today.
The Mandem League, you got bruv.
The Mandem must be wrecked.
Don't show up for the Mandem. They be cussing Pogba, all of that. We need to stick up for the Mandem. Yeah, 8.
Pogba ain't man them.
No, Pogba's man.
From the ends, man. It's Mandem.
Pogba's man.
Stop trying to. Just because you're not rolled, don't mean you're not
If he sees you
Mandem.
outside with your hat.
When he
You're
does,
dressed like
You know,
Pogba.
these man want
Don't
you to
do
be a
that.
bad
You
boy
are.
for
Don't
this
do
Mandem.
that.
Where's your glasses? Where's your?
You're not
Go and
Mandem.
bring your glasses. Go and bring your glasses. Go and bring these glasses,
Mandem.
please. Look at these glasses, bro. You're telling me, fam. Listen, Pogba made it cool for you to dress like this.
Nah, Pogba, Mendy 8, man. He's Mandem.
Ramsey's free transfer. Where do we rank that?
I give that.
Nah, that's like extortion, man.
That's the thing.
5.
The
FFP.
wages are mad. for me.
FFP.
The
FFP.
wages are mad. So I
5.
would say
5 or 4.
Jimenez.
7. I would say.
No, do you know?
Because
Below
it's a
that,
free
because he doesn't
transfer.
even improve them. They just stay on the same level with him.
You
Ramsey,
don't think he improves them?
Ramsey's free.
Last one. Obviously, Jimenez is officially gone to Wolves now.
No, that's a good signing, man. 9.
That's 8.
That's a 9
That's
or 8.
He'll get you a nice 10, 15 a season. Do well.
Random one. What do we think the big transfer story is going to be at the end of the window?
Neymar.
Nah, he ain't going nowhere, man.
I think he's going somewhere.
Neymar's not happening. I can guarantee you by the time this comes out or a few days after, Griezmann's announced.
Oh, you reckon? Where?
Barca.
To
I
Barca.
don't think Barca.
I guarantee you, either the day we drop this or a few days after Griezmann's announced in July. I can say.
Do you know what I can see? I can see Barca
Griezmann's announced in
sending
July.
Coutinho and 100 mil to
He's
PSG.
performing well. You're watching Copa, you should know that.
I know. Coutinho's batting it up, which I think will raise his stock in the
Barca
market.
level, man.
And then, he'll go to PSG. And then PSG will get Neymar in return.
No.
And I think Griezmann will somehow, some way end up at United.
No, Griezmann's going
United
Barca.
will do some dumb shit and pay like 150
Griezmann
mil
tried
for
to
him.
tell his agent that Barca don't want him, they want Neymar, and he's a secondary option. So they're trying to like
Straight up, you got to tell him, man, bro.
Griezmann's going Barcelona. I think that could be the big one. Unrealistically, I think that Pogba may. I don't know how he'll do it, but I think he could move.
I don't think so.
I think he could.
I think
move.
there's way too much to fee. Like the clubs
think
he's linked with
I
don't
think he could
need
move.
him.
I think he can move. I think there's something in his contract that we don't know about.
No,
But the thing is,
Pogba, he's trying, but I don't think he's gonna go yet.
No,
That's what I think he'll
there's
try.
I think there's something in his contract that we don't know about.
I think
I
this
honestly
year will be
feel-
the year he makes the noise. Next year will be the year he gets the move.
Bro, listen, he started making a noise. I see him with Bad Bunny.
Oh,
Chilling.
for real?
And you know, Bad
Yeah,
Bunny
yeah,
makes
yeah,
Latino
yeah, yeah.
music, Latino Spanish, very close. That could be Madrid. You never
No,
know.
but he's
I
been
see him
speaking
dancing with his
Spanish for a
brothers.
minute, man.
I see him dancing with his brothers. You know,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
they
yeah.
like to
Does that
dance in
every
Madrid.
Friday?
Pogba
Yeah, but they
says
like,
Friday
you know, they like to
Pogba
dance in
household.
Madrid as well. They like to dance in Paris as well. You know, the man them. You know, that could be that. You know,
Mace, you're sleeping
no,
on
man.
one man. Christian Eriksen twerking for Real Madrid and they don't want him.
listen.
Man's house shopping.
Talk to me, Eric.
His house shopping for a club and don't want
Listen,
him.
Y'all love it, you know.
we're gonna introduce.
He busted
We're gonna
open. How you busted
we're gonna
open for Real
introduce.
Madrid?
Tell him.
He's busting
We're
it
gonna
open. They
introduce
don't want
something,
him.
right? And we need to make this fictional.
You know that
gonna
ugly
be
stripper
called-
in the strip
You
club?
don't want
This
to
guy,
beat
look
that.
at-
That's
busted
doing,
open.
that's
You
doing
don't wanna
up and
beat
down on the pole, but nobody want
We're gonna call this the
getting
Danny.
bad
give
copper
me a
chain
point.
thrown at
We're
her.
gonna call this
Get out here.
the Danny
That's
Shitter
Eric's.
Award, and we're gonna do this every week. The Danny Shitter Award
Oh,
for
shit.
this week, which is it? This one. Danny Shitter Award of this week goes to Christian Eriksen.
Danny Shitu. Hold on, wait. Why is Danny Shitu
Because
getting
Danny
disrespected?
Shittu's his name is just it's mad. It's just mad. So the Danny Shitter Award of this week goes to Eriksen because I don't understand how you finish a final that you didn't play well in and go, you know what? Listen, I
I
can't
need a
lie.
new challenge.
I need a new challenge.
My guy,
I'm
you
gonna
ain't even
bust it
completed this
open for Real
challenge.
Madrid. And you don't even do nothing.
You done nothing. Madrid have just gone and signed Hazard, an upgrade version of you, and now
Fam,
what?
stop putting Eriksen and Hazard.
I said
Stop
he's an
mentioning their
upgrade
name.
version.
It's not
They're
upgrade.
not
It's not
upgrade.
upgrade.
What?
Eriksen
An
doesn't
upgrade
do
be?
nothing that Hazard can
is
do.
like-
Like if you're
upgrade.
playing
He's
for
not
the kids,
upgrade.
if you're playing FIFA, Hazard's like a 90.
He's
Eriksen's
not
like
an
an
upgrade.
87.
He's
Man
not
said for the
upgrade.
kids, you're
Far off, you know.
No, he's not an upgrade. Man. Don't do that.
You got to relate to the youth as well, man.
Last
Getting
thing,
old.
before we go, I want to say one last thing. Mino and Jorge have changed the game.
Mino Raiola, I beg you, adopt me, please.
They
Teach
have
me, bro.
I'm
changed-
telling you, he's gonna start
Teach me.
signing up guys on podcasts.
Bro,
They
you
have
need to
changed
sign
the
me up
game.
Sign
ASAP.
me.
Because the swindling, a man said, listen, I'm never gonna lie to you. Let me
Break it down.
be real with you. This is what's gonna happen, right? I need 450. I need 450. He needs like 200. And that's how it's gonna go.
Straight.
That's how it's gonna go.
The
That's how it's gonna go.
negotiation skills are unbelievable.
That's how it's gonna go.
I mean, what was the last
He knows
one?
nothing about football.
What
You
was
know
the
that,
last
right?
deal he got into?
The guy's a club
It was
owner.
De Jong.
Was it De Jong? Yeah.
De Jong.
And he took how much?
He took a good percentage.
Yeah, he took like something man like 14 mil.
Like
percentage.
Nike covered what he took.
He took a
Like, do
good
you know how mad
percentage.
that is? The agent takes some of the transfer fee, and Nike are willing to cover some of the fee.
The Delit one.
Nah, he's a fraud, man. He's genuinely
And-
actually got people's title.
That's
in his hands.
Mino, but
Listen.
imagine what's his name, the Portuguese one,
George
George
Mendes.
Mendes,
Yeah.
advisor to Wolves, but then the players he's managing are also being signed by Wolves.
They'll change the rules though.
Like
No, but imagine that.
money in
Imagine-
here, money in there.
Let's paint the scene now. Imagine now you go like, you know what? Let me think of a random player. You know what? This guy from, say, Madrid. Not Madrid.
Yeah.
So like any teams that he looks quite decent. You know what? Let me inquire. Cool. Making phone calls and whatnot. Yeah, I want to get into him. Cool. He's coming in. Him and his agent are coming in to discuss.
Yeah.
You now look out now. You just see Jorge Mendes coming. You go, feck.
You just know what's in
You
store.
just start
innit?
sweating profit.
You just know.
What was that?
You just know.
You're asking bid. You
It's mad. It's
Man
mad.
said, listen, all right, cool. His market value's 60, but we're gonna start 120. So what? Nah,
They're
it's
man
not.
afford.
It's
They're
not so bad.
MVPs, man.
But yes,
Nah,
man.
fair play to him, man.
Fair play.
Get
to
that
the man,
money.
man. Get your coins, man. That's us for another period. Hopefully, the man will be back from preseason.
Hopefully. So I can leave. I don't want to be here anymore.
Swear down.
Don't lie, you
Well,
love it,
you
bro.
love it, man.
Look at the smile on his
Thanks
face.
for having me, guys.
when you coming on camera?
Huh?
When-
Nah, K-Trap let me down. He come off. He took his mask off. I was gonna do it as long as he doesn't take his
Oh,
mask
swear
off.
down.
He took his mask off.
Hey man, that's another one.
M. Huncho's the only one left now, isn't it?
Yeah, safe boys.
Safe.